Hello and greetings from me, Uta Hagen of Trans Widow, Uta Hagen YouTube channel and blog, where you can often find a good write-up of what I post here on WordPress called utahagengrasswidow.wordpress.com. The link is always in the description under the video. Today I'm going to talk about a little step forward of progress in women's rights. Thank you to Jon Ossoff, a senator from Georgia, who broke with his Democratic Party's stance on allowing male convicts into the female estate. He voted no on something, and I will go into that shortly. This is a little spruce sapling, which I'm going to plant out in my woods. You can learn more about curating in my woods from my memoir, published in softcover and ebook, available on Amazon and those sources, as well as from the publisher, iUniverse. That's iUniverse.com/bookstore. And that is pretty much distributed all over the world with 50 of my nature photographs, documenting my gardening, the seasons, my work to heal myself from the trauma of discovering that the father of my children was going out cross-dressing. Oh, this is a daylily, one of the last of the season. I'm hoping that the color will come out true. It's sort of a what I call rusty red. And in back we have two Jowie Winnie dahlias and some hydrangea blooms. I didn't know that they were going to be this light pink until this year, so that's kind of interesting. I don't know. I inherited the hydrangeas. All right, so to go into this important piece, this is written by Jarrett Stepman, a columnist for the Daily Signal. And, okay, it goes like this. The Senate on Thursday, that's a week ago, rejected President Joe Biden's nominee to the Manhattan Federal Trial Court. It was the first time a Biden judicial nominee has been rejected in the Democratic majority Senate. The Senate Judiciary Committee, on a vote 11-10, rejected federal magistrate judge Sarah Netburn's nomination to U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. Every Republican voted against her, along with one Democrat, Senator Jon Ossoff of Georgia. If approved, Netburn, that is Sarah Netburn, would have served for life. Netburn was rejected in part because of her decision to allow a male rapist, serial rapist, to transfer to a women's prison because he said he was a woman. Republican senators on the Judiciary Committee excoriated Netburn for placing women in danger that way. The prisoner, dubbed July Justine Shelby, his real name is William McLean, was a serial rapist, said Senator Ted Cruz, Republican of Texas. This dude, William McLean, convicted rapist, is 6 foot 2 inches tall. There's no other way to say it, continues Cruz. His past criminal offenses included child molestation of a 9-year-old boy, rape of a 17-year-old girl, and criminally deviant conduct. The prisoner was initially put in a men's lockup, but at 51 years old, he decided he was a woman and argued that failure to put him in prison with women was a violation of his 8th Amendment right not to be subjected to cruel and inhuman punishments. I'm saying, what about the female convicts that he would have been in the same cell with and on the same unit with? Cruz said that Netburn, meaning Sarah Netburn, the judge, put political ideology over justice and reality, and allowed William McLean, to be transferred despite a lifelong pattern of rape, sexual assault, and obvious sexually predatory instincts. That was after the U.S. Bureau of Prisons rejected McLean's requests to be moved out of a male facility. Cruz recounted several stories of men identifying as women, harming and raping women in prison. The Texas lawmaker said he asked Netburn if she regretted the transfer, and she responded, "No, I faithfully applied the law to the facts." Cruz said that is not the law, and these are not the facts. All but Ossoff, among the Democrats on the committee, supported Netburn. Okay, so Dick Durbin, a Democrat of Illinois, said, "It is fair to ask whether the judge made a reasonable decision in this case at the time she made the decision. The decision by the district court to support her decision is an indication that it was fair and reasonable. Dick Durbin, shame on you." Ossoff, however, said he couldn't support Judge Sarah Netburn. Says Ossoff, "I'm passionate about civil rights and human rights in carceral facilities, in other words, prisons." He said in an interview, "These are tough issues, but that was my judgment in the markup." Senator Lindsey Graham, Republican of South Carolina, said that Netburn was rightly rejected, but noted that she was still approved by most of the committee's Democrats, demonstrating the radical nature of that party. On this issue, I'm not going to disagree. Graham continued, "While the committee voted this nominee down, all but one Democrat voted to move forward. I hope the American people are watching what's going on when it comes to the Democratic agenda." I would say it when it comes to the cross-sex ideation cult agenda. "Female prisoners being housed with biological males is an affront to safety and common sense, and it needs to stop." I regard this as a very important first step. Just to have a Democrat willing to part from the lockstep of the left regarding men who take on a female persona. Now, I regard the lack of knowledge about this happening in almost every state in the U.S. As due to a strange web page called Trans Journalists Association Style Guide. And if you just Google that, Trans Journalists Association Style Guide, you will come up with their rules, meaning they say you cannot report on the crimes that these men commit. And in fact, I know that, for example, there are several cases of two cross-dressing males getting into basically a bar fight, and one of them kills the other. And on the list of cross-dressing men who are killed because of their attire and their claim that they are female are, despite the fact that they were murdered by another probably intoxicated cross-dressing male, they are put on the list of those men who are killed because of so-called transphobia. And, you know, in situations where these men are congregating, such as drag shows, it is also well known that there's a lot of ingestion of cocaine, not to mention alcohol. They're usually held in bars. My ex-husband, Nettie, said to me, after I discovered that he had secretly gone out cross-dressing, probably going back to 1990, when I was pregnant with our second child, but continuing on and off, I discovered until 1995. He said, "This is not drag. I am a transsexual. I have a diagnosis. I am not one of those," he didn't say the word bozos, but he said something kind of derogatory about them. And now it's all kind of part of the same thing. It's all over-sexualized. And here we have this demonstration of just how far it can go. So bravo to you, Senator Jon Ossoff of Georgia. And I hope that this is the first step in preventing males who claim a female persona from sneaking into the female prisons. So that's it for now. I have a few other short ones planned to try to post even today. We got quite a thunderstorm late afternoon yesterday, and then rain all through the night. A little bit cooler temperatures, so I have to spend some time out there weeding and planting in. I don't even like saying transplanting anymore. Planting in things like spruce seedlings. Take care. Take yourself out into nature.